Hello! In this video, I want to talk about my journaling process. The reason why I wanted to talk about journaling is because over the past, couple of months, I've heard a couple people say that they don't know how to journal or they don't know how to keep it consistent. And so I thought this would be like an interesting video to do because personally, ever since I started journaling around 5 years ago, I always had something to say or something to write down, which is also something that people struggle with, like they don't know what to write. It basically started off with me having the need to express myself vocally, like through words, and I didn't necessarily have a place to do that. So I started writing down thoughts in a journal, and the results were pretty much immediate. Like, I had all these negative thoughts that, bothered me, and when I wrote them down, it got a little easier for me mentally. I started looking back at them, and I started noticing patterns that I normally wouldn't have noticed if I was just like going in day-to-day life. Then looking back on it, you can gain a lot of insight, and that made me wanna improve myself and change some things about myself that I didn't necessarily like or enjoy. And so that's mainly the reason why I still do it to this day. The structure that I use in my journals is very simple. I wrote the date, day, month, year, and then I just write the entry. Just everything that comes to my mind, I just write it out. Over the years, however, I have started changing things up. Like, I don't write just about emotions. I also write sometimes about people that I meet, or quotes, or scenes from movies, or anything that has impacted me, because I know I will want to look back on these entries and know the type of person that I was. It's almost like writing a biography about yourself and like including the most interesting thing about yourself, but also the most realist ones. Another thing that I also do now is I also try to include physical things that are kind of almost like souvenirs, something that like I can easily put in the journal, in the book, and just it stays there. Another thing I also do is I write down kind of like a title for my entry, like a one sentence summary about what I'm gonna write on that day, so that when I look back on it, I know, okay, this is what I was going through, this is what the main topic is about. For a beginner, I think, who has just started journaling, or someone who wants to continue doing it, if you're a beginner, I'd say start out very simple. Like, just write down what's on your mind. It doesn't matter like how you write it. For me, it comes out the same way that I think. Like, I don't necessarily try to change how I say it, because it pretty much sounds the same how I think in my head. If you don't know what to write about, I'm gonna include a couple prompts down in my caption for people who want to try something out, or, like I said, they don't know what to write about. And so I think that can be pretty useful. I use these prompts sometime myself, more so specifically for growth. Usually I write just, my thoughts, emotions, experiences, events, people, things that influenced me. But sometimes just having, these questions that make you think and writing them down in your journal to look back on later is also kind of necessary, because that's also a different way to gain clarity. Well, writing things down is necessary in the sense of having a clearer mind, because you have all these thoughts inside your brain since you were a kid, since you were basically able to make thoughts and have memories. Like, all of that is inside your brain, and in a way you can't remember everything. So writing things down allows for more important things that you need to keep inside your brain. I hope I provided some sort of value or new insights. So yeah, I think that's about it from me. Let me know if you do use the prompts from my caption. How did they help you, or what did you learn about yourself? Have a nice day, and I hope we meet in another video. Bye!